Hi there, MacKenzie Kelly. I'm doing my activity 5.2 speech. My speech is over poor mental health and suicide rates among law enforcement officers. I'm somebody that works within law enforcement. It's something that we see on the daily. We are a department that we are very close-knit. We speak daily to each other, make sure everyone's okay. We have sergeants and command staff that are really good about making sure all of our officers are in good mental standings when it comes to mental health and, PTSD and mental standings within the career, because the career itself can take a toll on people. You don't see the easiest things as a law enforcement officer. You see fatal car accidents daily. You see children dying. You see house fires that destroy an entire family's home. You see gunshot victims. You see homicides. You see murders. You see rapes, sex offenses with children. It's something that you sign up to do. And the mental health just kind of comes along with the job. We are a department that actually have counseling for our officers to make sure they have the ability to speak to somebody if they need to. It's actually within our contract that they sign, stating that when they go through something traumatic, they actually have to have a debriefing in regards to that traumatic incident. With the traumatic incidents, it's within our command staff to determine whether or not the counseling is needed. It states within there that whether or not there is a debriefing, you have the option to speak to somebody whenever you want to. You just shoot an email and you can schedule your counseling. When we look at the different things for law enforcement officers, we see that they're at the highest risk for suicide than any other profession. Suicide is something that we see more than triple within the profession of police officers, sheriff's deputies, state troopers, anything within law enforcement that is tripled on the job. We see officers committing suicide more than we see officers fatally dying within a call for shots fired or, different car accidents on your way to a call. We are seeing more officers die from suicide than we are on the job. 13 out of every 100,000 people die by suicide in general population. When we look into police officers, we see that they have 17 out of 100,000 people that actually commit suicide. During the 2018 calendar year, we've seen 167 law enforcement officers that took their own lives. And that number was projected to increase in 2019, in which it did. And it is also projected to increase for this year. We are already seeing numbers that we don't want to see for law enforcement officers dying whether it's on the job or it's from suicide. We're seeing both. It's something tragic. There was a total of 134 officers that had committed suicide within the span of 4 months, with unaccounted time for the rest of the year. Just a little insight on the highest rates of officer suicide within different departments. I actually found that California, Florida, New York, and Texas were the 4 biggest areas reporting at least 10 police suicides last year, just within their department. That's not even United States, that is within their 4 departments. They are each reporting at least 10 suicides, and that is something that we need to get the officers the help for. It is something that it's tragic. It's police officers are the first on scene, on top of seeing the most dangerous and demanding situations imaginable when it comes to helping the community and making sure that they're safe. We provide immediate care and support to people that don't even know us. We provide the immediate care and support to people that don't want our help, but that don't like police officers, but we're still there to help them. We risk our lives for people we don't know, and that puts a bad mental standing for us depending on the calls. A lot of these are very strenuous and emotionally draining depending on the call. We see police officers seeing a great deal of trauma day to day, and luckily we're a department that are very, very good about making sure the PTSD, the mental health, the mental standings of our police officers are very, very good before we send them out on the road. Because if our police officers are not in a good mental standing and cannot protect themselves, then they can't protect the community. Thank you.